the Valorant Prime Vandal. Now there's plenty of different skins, but this weapon is one of the most iconic weapons to me in the game. Absolutely love this iconic assault rifle, and the Prime Vandal skin is probably the best one. So I decided, hey, why don't I make this incredible weapon in real life? So I decided to do a simple search on Google for Valorant Vandal STL. And lucky enough, we were able to get plenty of results. And the first one was actually this beautiful file on Thingiverse by Trigo Clyde. And I hope I pronounced that correctly. As you guys can see it's got all the parts, even has a removable nice magazine. I was more than satisfied with these files, and so there we go. We went ahead and downloaded them. Next, it was time to slice these files. I wanted to do as minimal prints as I had to, so I was actually able to not only just print the one magazine as you see here, but I stacked a whole bunch of files onto the printer bed and had only 3 different prints running. Now it was time to clean off all the supports, and it was a little bit cumbersome, but we finally got all the parts nice and cleaned off of all the supports. This is coming together. This is looking a little bit real. And now to my favorite part of all 3D printing, sanding. I first start out with 80 grit sander, get all the parts really rough looking, but I worked my way up on the grits up to 100 grit, and then we worked to 250 grit, finished it off with 300 grit, and I actually went a little bit extra, did some wet sanding with 600 grit at the end of this project. The higher the grit count, the smoother my prints, the better the paint will look. Final result on this. So the back part is actually going to be mostly black, so I decided to start using the hot glue gun and piece it all together. Believe it or not, hot glue is actually a great way to get 3D prints together. It's very easy to work with, really easy to separate if you needed to, but it's really strong and durable if you need to hold it on to. So I've been really liking to use hot glue gun recently in my 3D prints. So here we get the rest of the back part of the gun. And it's going to be next time for painting. Now, before I paint the back part, there's actually quite a big sizable crack between the different parts, so I decided to use some wood filler. Actually added a decent amount of water so I could really easily push it into the cracks and get it all nice and flush and looking good. Once this was done, I sanded it down after it dried for a little bit, and it's time for black paint. Now would you look at this? A birdie decided to add some color to my 3D prints. Fantastic. Well, now that the parts are all nice and dry, we can hot glue gun the rest of the parts together and finally get to see what the final results of this will be. Now, I had a little bit of trouble connecting the white glossy part with the black back end. There's a little bit too much space that I like, but I added a couple more rounds of hot glue and cleaned it off. It didn't look too bad. Luckily for me, the gun and the parts being disassembled, it's actually kind of a feature of guns. You want to be able to disassemble and assemble them. So I left it be for this project. I may revisit this at a later time and improve this later. Haha, there it is, completely finished. It's beautiful. I'm very happy with the final product. I mean, you see, it's a very sizable gun. I mean, it goes all the way down from the top of my head. It's almost past my waist, actually. It's perfect. It's a real size Vandal weapon, exactly what I was looking for. Now, as you can see, I kind of went with a color scheme of the Prime melee skin, although the exact gun model is the basic regular Vandal, okay? Usually the other one has a little bit of different details on the sides, but like I said, I mean, this looks pretty fantastic. A wonderful weapon prop. It's perfect for cosplay, I mean, who doesn't want one of these hanging around in their house? It came out super well. The gloss white finish was really good, and the glue holds it fairly well together. It is surprisingly light because I used only 5% infill. It's very light inside, but as you can see, this gun has just became a perfect replica model. It took me about a day and a half. I could have done it in one day if the paint would dry a little quicker, but overall, I'm very happy with the end results. Just the details and the finish, the colors went well together. It took a lot of sanding to do, but hey, here it is, the full gun. Now it doesn't move in any sort of way. There's a fake trigger, you can't really pull it. Technically, I can pull this out right here, but it'll be hard for me to fix it back in. It is a removable part that came with a little bullet. Now the file will be in the description of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this make of a Vandal weapon, and if you have any other kind of ideas or want me to do anything else, go ahead, throw it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, smash thumbs up, hit the sub button, and guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.